The famous KOBRAA. It's one of those amps that has a cult-like status right now because it's really hard to get your hands on one of them, and they stopped making them a long time ago. The reason it has such a cult-like status is because apparently it was so good. Now, truth be told, I've never played a real famous KOBRAA before, but we've all seen Ola do his review videos on his channel, and it sounded pretty good when he played it. So let's see if the new Aurora DSP plugin called KOBRAA with 2 A's makes sense. See what this thing sounds like. All right, so that's what it sounds like in the context of a full mix. It's double tracked with a guitar in E flat. But for demonstration purposes here now, I am going to use my Flying Junior V here from BC Rich and drop A. So you can hear the plugin working in pretty much like a standard tuning and then a pretty low drop tuning. And I'm gonna do things a little bit different this time. I'm just gonna put the plugin right. Hopefully, I'm gonna put this in editing like this. Yeah. This should look really pretty now. The plugin should be like right here. So I'm gonna look at the computer screen. You're just gonna see the plugin the whole time. It's gonna be pretty freaking nice. So as you can see here, the design's pretty simple. It's just a singular plugin. As I do this more and more, I'm really starting to enjoy the simplicity of things. And I want to mention something really quick before I go even further here is the demo song that I wrote. I used just MIDI groups from Loudstack. I'm really loving the MIDI groups from Loudstack because I can write music so fast. So I've got the metal MIDI grooves pack and then the punk grooves pack. Guys, if you want to write music faster, like I'm using them. And I didn't like those drums that you heard in the song are the grooves. I just changed it for the drum library that I was using and then changed a couple of the fills here and there. But I didn't do any velocity editing. It's awesome. It's freaking great. Makes writing music a lot easier and a lot faster. Anyway, this is a video about the KOBRAA. It's not about Loudstack MIDI groups, but those are awesome. You should check those out. So looking here, why I was talking about simplicity and why I remembered that, as I do this more and more, when I want to write music, because I have no time, I'm literally in album after album right now. I'm lucky, I'm happy about that. But I don't care. I just want to get up, I want to load a sound, I want to record something because I have fucking no time and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole as I know myself. I'll start messing with IRs and shit like this. So I'm sort of really liking the concept here of here's the plugin. It's pretty damn simple, and there's not a lot of things to tweak. I really like that, and it's very easy to use. So pretty much, they've named certain things toxic, lethal, fatal. I really don't know what that means, and I don't really care. All I know is Toxic is a clean channel, and then Lethal and Fatal are two different uh, distortion channels of the Framus. I'm assuming it's in a crunch and a lead. Again, I really don't really know that much about the KOBRAA. I never played one in real life. So you have the clean, lethal, and fatal. One thing to mention about the clean channel right away, we have the effects here. We have a shimmer, reverb, and then a delay. I played around with these. The shimmer reverb is great for atmospheric stuff. I tried to put it into the demo track, but it didn't quite fit. But it sounds fine. Just make sure you kind of dump the mids a little bit. I know most of you don't care about that, so we're just going to go whoop right to these distortion channels here. So the distortion and the lethal, two different tonal qualities right away. Let's turn off the effects here. All right. And then if you just play the lethal, it sounds like this. Sounds pretty sick. And then fatal. So fatal to my ear, definitely more round, subdued type of a sound. I used those for the leads in the song that you heard in the beginning of the video, and then lethal here, it was for the rhythm guitar tracks. Now looking at the interface here, you got the gate on the left, output on the right. You have a screamer and bite, a different tonal quality. So it's obviously a bit more of a gain boost there than the screamer is pretty much exactly what you think it is. A little screamer there. This center image here is overall distortion. So the plugin loads with it about halfway. That's nothing there. Put the scream and bite back on. You're pretty much going to want to use it. And then obviously if you crank the distortion here, significantly more saturated, and you're getting a lot more, probably what you're looking for, which is some beefy goodness. I recorded the guitars with this setting like this, so it was completely cranked. I spent a lot more time with the tone stack down here and the IR. The IR, if I remember correctly, Dan said it's like a DV77 and it's a custom cab. So it's not a traditional V30, which I'm very happy to hear. And I used the IR in the plugin for the mix. So you heard the mix. It was only the plugin, nothing else. I didn't use any third-party IRs or anything like that. The only thing I did was I just employed my Guitar Tone Mastery tone shaping sequence, you know, IR into the highs, mids, lows, and bit of guitar tone with the drums and the bass playing, so fitting with the song really nice. Here's what the IR is. So I have to say that I really like that they took the time to create really different sounds. So you can actually blend this. If you really wanted to quad track something like this, you could blend using the IR loader here, because you could have more of a bright sound blended with a darker sound, and then you could find, you know, the middle ground of what you wanted to use. I think it's a good idea. And the slider here makes perfect sense to me. No numbers to get sidetracked with, just, hey, what does it sound like? Cool, I like that setting. So let's see what we can do. What I'm doing right here is I'm trying to decide, you know, what mid profile I like the most. I think I'm going to keep it more on the Venom side. It just opens up for my ear. You might like the other side. That's cool. All right, so the highs here, like, it's pretty, I want to say, like, touchy-feely. Like, you don't need to be boosting a lot to get a lot of highs added. That's what, 1.3? 3. Yeah, so you can add a lot of high energy pretty quick into the guitar tone. So very gentle is what I would say there. Air, adding some more high-end sparkliness to the tone. If you don't have good headphones or speakers, you might not hear this. Pretty much what is happening to the tone when I do that, I'm explaining it. Oop, dropped the pick. Awesome. I'm explaining it, and then I'll play the little bit again. You're going to hear some high-end, I want to call it not fizziness or fuzziness, but you're going to hear some high-end character going on top of the guitar tone. Pretty subtle. I think it's just meant to be as a character addition, because I wouldn't say I would want to use that a lot, because to my ear, it's almost like a white noise type of thing. Really don't want to do that. But it's, as you can see here, it's pretty quick to develop a tone that sounds good. All right, so now let's deal with the mids. There's still a bit of mid boominess in there. Oh yeah, now you can really hear it. So definitely with how strong these tone pots are, it's, you know, I'm doing minus 3.5. That's pretty significant. You just hear the boxiness come right back in. So we'll bring that down to 3.5. And then now with lows, pretty much I'm in drop A. And if I were to develop a guitar tone for recording, I would just drop low end out. It's not that bad. I maybe wouldn't even have to touch it. But for recording, I know I would still take like maybe 1 out. And I mostly just want to get rid of any extra rumble that might be happening, because we have a bass guitar and a kick drum in a mix, and that's what we would want to take the low end of the song. So we end up with a tone that sounds like this. Sounds pretty damn cool to me. All right, so now if we go to Fatal here, all the settings are getting 0, but that's fine because when we go back to Lethal, the settings are saved. That's cool, but now it means like I'll have to set this up. So for like a 1-to-1, I'll need to go like here, what we do, 5, just to have like a 1-to-1 comparison. Although this is not how you would want to do this because they're different tones to begin with. I'm just setting this up so we could try to get a 1-to-1 comparison. Although I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the IR loader into the spot. Nailed it. All right, so here's Lethal. Fatal. So much more papery, papery for sure. But it's a different tone and it might work well even for more extended range tunings, or if your guitar needs that extra mid-range boost. This one also, you can hear it has a lot more low end in there. It's more scooped clearly. For my ear, I'm much more attracted to Lethal. It doesn't mean Fatal is bad though. It just adds more high end. So I can see Fatal and Lethal being used for different purposes. This is much more of a clean sound, not clean. It's like less saturation, less distortion. So I'm guessing this was the crunch channel, I don't know. But it still has a bit of a mid honkiness there that I would have to take out with EQ or things like this. But that is pretty much the extent of KOBRAA by Aurora DSP. I think it's a great plugin, and it's $30, I believe, which is a fantastic price. You're pretty much getting 3 channels, effects, and it's going to be very simple and easy to use. And one of the most important points, at least for me at this point in my life, is that I just load the plugin and it's done, good to go. I don't have to worry about it. I can just start mixing or recording riffs right away, which has become very important to me, as I get much more busy with Chernobyl Audio and mixing albums and bands. Easy recommendation from me, and a big thanks to Dan from Aurora, who was sponsoring the video, reached out to me pretty much right away. I was like, dude, making a frameless KOBRAA plugin. I want you to check it out. Here's the installer. It wasn't even a 1.0 yet. Checked it out. It sounded pretty cool. I liked it. And so that's why you're seeing a video about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I know I haven't put out a lot of content lately. I'm just very busy mixing. So if you want me to mix your song or work with your band, ChernobylAudio.com, you can contact me through there. Otherwise, if you really enjoyed the, on this side, if you really enjoyed the plugin, hit the description box below and you can pick it up from Aurora DSP. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.